Hello, good morning. This is really a quantitative methodology. Means that we are calculating, we are counting, and we are making tables of what we counted. The case I wanted to illustrate here is to prepare you for setting tables when you have clients in your agency. You are in an agency of homeless people, and you have 20 clients. You interview them, and you know the age of each of them. So you have their names. Instead of using names, I use alphabetical letters. So A, B, C, D until T. So 20 letters, and which represent the names of your 20 clients. You interview them one after the other, and you get their age. You ask them, how old are you? So A said, I am 32. B said, I am 27, and so on and so on. You see that the numbers are scrambled. So you have 32, 27, 26, 20. So we need now to organize them, in a way that you can see all of them. For that, we do what is called a frequency table. The frequency distribution table, in this case, would be to have a table where you have all the groups, all the ages, all the individuals and their ages. You will see that when we draw this table, there will be six slides, six stages, and in the first stage, you will see that you will organize them first because they are scrambled. So you need to organize them first. So let's go through that process. So we have all of them. You interview them, A, B, C, D, and you see. And for each person, you have the age, near the name. Okay. Then what we do is we order the numbers, we order the ages. Because they were scrambled, you have first of all to put them in order. And usually what people do is, and what I suggest mostly, is to have what is called an array that starts with the lowest numbers to the highest number. So here, the lowest number is 21. The highest number is 69. You know, when they were scrambled, you couldn't see which one was the lowest, which one was the highest. So now, we organize them in a way that we can go through all of the numbers from the lowest to the highest. In some books, you will see that they are from the highest to the lowest. But me, I really profess that you use the lowest to the highest. Why? Because if there was a number 22, someone who was age 22, if I look at the listing, I don't see 22. Now, right there, I can understand that I made an error. I see that I made an error there. Okay? So I prefer and I suggest that you use the lowest number towards the highest number. Okay? So you organize them in an array from the lowest to the highest number. And then in this table 3, what do? You have all the people who are old, who are 21 years old, you put them in at the top. All the people who have 26, which is the second age group, 26, we have C, I, and P, who are 26. And then we have B and S and 27, 31, 32, 37, 49, and 69. On that line or the column of absolute frequency, what does absolute frequency mean? in that column, we count how many people are 22. So in that big list of clients, we have only 2 people who are 21. So what is called absolute frequency represents the number of individuals who are 21. And then the number of people who are 26 is 3. Who are those people? C, I, and P. Those people who are 27, the third column, the third row, you have B and S who are 27, and how many are they? 3. You see, so that column represents the number of individuals who are this age or that one, 21, 26, and so on. So you count how many people are 21, how many people are 26, how many people are 27, etc. At the end, you count. The number is 20 individuals. N is 20. N represents the sample, the people who I have. Okay? So if you add all those numbers, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 2, and 1, it should be 20. If it is more than 20, you have made an error. If it is less than 20, you have made an error. So you have to have the right number. There, you cannot miss it. If you made a mistake, you know you made a mistake. On this slide, table number 3, you can see it's the same previous one, but I add another one. That one is, you can see the ages, the absolute frequency, and now the cumulative frequency. Absolute frequency and cumulative frequency. You can see that the number, this one, number 2, is the same. The 2 and 2. You reproduce the same number. But number 5, what is it? Number 5 is the addition, the sum of this 2 and this 3. So you go to the the line, the oblique line. So from here to this one. And then that is 3 plus 2, that is 5. And then 5 plus 3, that is 8. 8 plus 4, that is 12. 12 plus 2, 14. 14 plus 3, 17. 17 plus 2, 19. 19 plus 1, 20. So if you don't get 20 here, which is this 20, you have made an error. So you cannot miss it. There is no way you can miss it. If you don't get 20 here, there is some error somewhere. You have to check it out. Okay? So that is the third column, which is the cumulative frequency. So there is absolute frequency and then cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency is the addition through oblique line. And then you have this fourth column. You have the ages, you have the absolute frequency, the cumulative frequency, and then the absolute percentage. Now, how do we calculate the percentage? You see this one, 10, it is 2, this number, the absolute frequency, 2 multiplied by 100, because we wanted to know the percentage, So we multiply by 100, but we divide it by the total number of 20. So what we have is 2 out of 20, 2 divided by 20. Out of these 20, we have 2. So 2 divided by 20 multiplied by 100. It will give us 10. And then for this number, for the second group, we have 3 people out of 20. So 3 divided by 20 multiplied by 100. That will give us 15. Okay? And then for this 15, it will be the same because we have 3 people out of 20. So 3 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 equals 15. So we will do the same thing for divided by 20 multiplied by 100 equals 20. And then 2, you had already calculated 2, you just put 10. 3, you have already calculated, 3, you have 15. 2 also 10. Now 1 out of 20, 1 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 equals 5. So what do we have here? What is called the absolute percentage. If you add all these, you will get at the end here, you should be having 100. So 10 plus 15 plus 15 plus 20 plus 10 plus 15 plus 10 plus 5 equal 100. So the total would be 100. That is that column called absolute percentage. And then we have the cumulative percentage now. We would calculate cumulative like we did the cumulative frequency. So this column is the previous one we had in yellow. Now 10 is 10. You just reproduce the 10 here. 10 plus 15 equals 25. 25 plus 15 equals 40. 40 plus 20 equals 60. 60 plus 10, 70. Plus 15, 85. Plus 10, 95. Plus 5, 100. If you do not have 100 at the end here for the cumulative percentage, there is an error. You cannot miss it. Because at the top, at the bottom here, you should have 100. I even should write 100, but I skipped it. So the total is 100, and that 100 is what we have here. So cumulative percentage is the total of the percentages. Now this is what is called simple frequency table. But you may have to do what is called a grouped cumulative percentage frequency. So that is what we have here. In the previous table you had 10, 20, 21, and so on. Now here you have, you decide how many do you want to have in your group. Because we have around 20 people here. If we said, I want 5 groups, age groups. So 20 divided, by 20 divided by, 5. In that case, what we do is we add 69. This is what we would do. Let me do it on the board. The oldest is 69. Okay. And then we subtract the lowest number, that is 20. So it is 9, 4, 49. So 49, we want to have 5 groups. So 49 divided by 5 equal around 9. Around 9, 5.45. Yes, around 9, and there will be 4 left. So we can add them to the last one. So we keep just 9. So as we have around 9 people, we can add 1. That would be 10. Plus 1, that would be 10. So we start with 20. The lowest age was 21. So instead of having a number that is odd, we just start with the 20. So 20 plus 10, we should be keeping the 9. Plus 9, that would be 29. Okay? Even if we add the 10, that would be 30, but we cannot start with, 31 here, because we would have to not have 31 here, 30 here, but 31 here. You see that there is a big difference here. So instead of that, we just keep 29 and then reproduce the 30 here. So everywhere it will start with a 0, 40, 50, and then 60. Why? Because we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, 29, and then the next number would be 30. So plus 9, that's 39. And then 40, 39, 40, plus 9 equal 49. Plus 9 equal 59. And then plus 1, that would be 69 here. So you can see that we have groups, 4 groups, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5. And each one the first one start with 20 to 29. And then as we cannot have 30, we go to 30 on this second line. So we have numbers that look alike. Depending on the book that you will use, you may see a different way of doing it. But I would suggest that you stick with this one, because you cannot have 30 here and start with 31 here. So we would have, we could have 21 here and 31 here and keep going. But if you do that, we would have a number different. At the end here, we could have a number different. So this is a process that I use in many books. That's what you will see. But if you see something else in another book, do not worry about it. What we want to know here is how many age group do we have? We have 5 age group. And in this group, how many do we have? In the first group, we have 9 people. So if we go to the array, we count how many people are in are 20 to 29. We will see that we have 8 people. That's the frequency table number, this one. And then from 30 to 39, we go to the array. We count the number of individuals who are between 30 and 39 of age. We will see that it's 9 people. And then 2. But you see in this section, in this age group, from 50 to 59, we do not have anyone. That's why we have a 0. Nobody in this group of 20 people is 50 or 59, between 50 and 59. No one. And then from 60 to 69, we have 1 person. You can see it here. So if we add all this, we will have 20 people. That is what we see cumulative frequency. 8, you reproduced here 8, plus 9, 17, plus 2, 19, plus 0, 19, plus 1, 20. If you do not get 20 here, there is an error. So you have to restart and see what happened. 20 should be here. And then for the absolute percentage, I'm sorry, I had to change a little bit the format. So that's what you have here is absolute percentage. So how do we calculate the absolute percentage? We go to the absolute frequency. 8 divided by 20 multiplied by 100. Out of 20 people, we have 8 who are between 20 and 29. We divide 8 by 20, and then we multiply by 100. We will get 40. And then for here, 9, 9 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 will give you 45. And then 2 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 will give you 10. And then here, 1 divided by 20 multiplied by 100 gives you 5. So if you add all these numbers and you do not get 100, there is an error. So you cannot miss it. You cannot make an error here. If you make an error, you are really not following the process. And then for cumulative percentage, this last column, 40 is reproduced here. You just keep writing, you write 40 because it's the same. 40 plus 45 equal 85, plus 10 equal 95, plus 0, 95, plus 5, 100. If you do not, you should get 100 here too. If you don't get 100, something is wrong. 40 plus, at the end here, if you do not get 100, there is something, an error somewhere, and mostly it can be in these additions. Okay, so this is what is called the grouped, because we want to know the age groups from 20 to 29, from 30, 39, and so on. So you can see in the previous tables, we just said frequency table, frequency distribution table. On this one, you see grouped frequency table. So grouped because we want to know group of age. And in the previous one, we wanted to know the number of ages for the number of individuals who are old at each, who have a certain age. Okay, so that one was individual or only just a frequency distribution table. But this one, you will see that it is in the books that you will call it grouped frequency table. Okay, so that is what you will be doing in your agencies. When you get in, you have your caseload. You may want to know what are my group age groups, because you may see that what you may want to do with the older one may be totally different from what you will be doing with the younger one. The activities you may want to get people involved may differ from one age group to the other one. So you may need to know which who are in each group of age group. Okay, thank you, and I hope you understand this. And if you have any question, please send me your question through the email. I will work on it, and I will respond, and I will come back to class and explicitly explain better, maybe better, what I told you in the email. Sometimes what is in the email is not clear, so you may want me to go over that point. Don't refrain for asking questions because it may be difficult. I may feel that it is simple and easy, but you may see that it may be difficult. You may be stuck in a certain point and cannot explain it. So just don't refrain to ask that question. And thank you. I appreciate your attention.